It's all about the vibes on this week's On the Media from WNYC.
Join us for On the Media, Saturday mornings at 7 on KSJE Farmington. KSJE is supported by the Farmington Civic Center, presenting Our Planet live in concert on Saturday, February 11th at 7:30 p.m., combining HD cinematography with all-new orchestrations by Oscar-winning composer Stephen Price, performed by a live onstage orchestra. A journey of discovery featuring narration by legendary broadcaster David Attenborough. Find out more at fmtn.org/shows. Our Planet live in concert, Saturday, February 11th at 7:30 p.m.
I'm Megan, along here with Scott Michlin and Scotty Duran.
Yeah.
Hello.
Look at that. Hold on. Let's get his microphone on so we can even hear him and see him. Good morning, everybody.
Take two.
Yeah.
Hello, everybody.
There he is. Look at that. Pops up in his own box and everything.
Yeah.
Welcome, everyone. We are here in the new year.
Yes.
Happy New Year. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, audience. And welcome to That's Interesting. This is the show where we ask you to call in because we couldn't do it without you, viewers and listeners. And so it's really important that you call in and share what's interesting in your world this week. The phone number, of course, is 505-566-3909. 505-566-3909. There it is at the bottom of your screen. And we've invited Scotty Duran to come in and join us because when Megan's not here, I make him come in and join me. So I figured when you are here, let's have him come in and join us anyway.
Yeah.
So he's
a good
here.
idea.
Yeah. So here he is. Anyway, did you have a good New Year?
I did. It was very relaxed.
Was it?
Yep. I just hung out with this family I always hang out with, and we.
You're like a stray cat.
It was, yeah.
I like it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They took me in.
They
sheltered
did.
From the storm.
And when you feed them, they never go away.
Exactly. Exactly.
Good. Well, that was nice. I'm sure they enjoyed having you there.
Thank you.
You're always a great house guest.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Scotty Duran?
Yeah.
Oh, I was going to ask the same question.
Good.
Oh, yeah. No, it was actually quite nice. I did the same thing. I just hung out at my place. And
Great.
That was it.
Okay.
Did some housework. I tried to
Nice.
plan for another, wood crafting session. Didn't go as great, but,
Okay.
Oh, I didn't know you did
Live and
wood
learn.
crafting.
Well, let me hold up your hands.
Huh?
All right, you still have all fingers. That's good.
Yeah,
okay.
it's
I'm
all- they're
glad
all
your
there.
wood crafting session was.
Thumbs are a little messed up, but.
Okay. That's good. All right.
Yeah, no, my grandfather used to be a contractor, and my dad was a contractor. Most of my family learned on my dad's side, so
Runs in
it's
the
not
family.
like I can build you a house or anything like that, but I made myself like a little table,
Oh, nice.
and I thought I could make myself another little TV tray table type thing.
All right.
Nah,
No, not this time. Well,
Yeah.
okay.
I was
All right.
like, this is why I was labor. This is why I wasn't allowed to do much but labor.
Right. Okay. Well, good. Well, I'm
Yes.
glad you had a calm start to the new year.
Thank you.
Hopefully everyone else did too. And so we are here and we invite you to call in and share what's interesting in your world. And we also have a little bit extra stuff today. We have some tickets to give away.
That's exciting. Have we ever given away tickets before?
Not on this show.
Not on this
You
show.
know, the station's done it before, but,
Yeah.
it requires people to call in. So we're hoping that they will, right?
We gave tickets away for Connie Mac. Is what
We did do Connie Mac tickets,
then
but we
we
did
did
it on Facebook, I think. It was more of a social media giveaway, right?
That's how
Remember?
we did it. I thought. Well, I don't
Okay.
know. We've done it a few times.
Okay. Anyway, well, let's try it. Let's see what we can do. So here it is, the first one, the Misto the Magic Show, January 14th here at San Juan College at 2 p.m. It's an all-ages show. You can call in and win some tickets today, 566-3909. Listeners, viewers, 505-566-3909. Just had Misto on my show yesterday talking
Did you
about
really?
his show. I did.
Misto is his name?
Misto, that's his name.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
He likes being called Misto.
Okay. We can call him Misto.
Yeah. So give us a call if you'd like to win tickets to go see Misto the Magician Saturday the 14th here at 2 p.m. San Juan College, Connie Gotch Theater. And it's at 2 o'clock, so it's a great time to go take the kids. So I think you're thrilled with magic. There's
Right.
something about illusions and magic that just kids
Sure.
are amazed by.
Yeah.
And as I pointed out yesterday, I think it's really cool to see magic shows in person because then there's no funny business going on with like on TV, where they could maybe do editing or some kind of funny business. But when you see it live and in person in front of your face, you're like, how did he do that?
Right.
Right. Make stuff appear and disappear.
Right.
Cut people in thirds, which
I
he
saw
does.
David Copperfield once.
Did you?
It was very cool.
Was it?
He levitated at one point.
He personally?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. Yeah. He made me levitate.
Well, that would be even cooler. But there you go.
That's how great the show was.
Yeah. See, we do have a caller.
Oh, look at that.
So let's go to the phones and see, because they could be calling in just to share an interesting thing, or they could be calling in for the tickets. Mm-hmm. We don't know, but let's see. Good morning. You're on KSJE. Thank you so much for calling in this morning.
Hello, this is Thomas Bowie with the Basin Health Company.
Hi, Thomas.
Hey, how are you guys?
We are good. Yeah. We are all celebrating the new year. And so question for you, Thomas, are you calling in for tickets, or are you calling in to share something interesting, or both?
Well, I mean, I would say both.
Okay. Well, I'm going to put your name down for tickets. So there's that. And then what would you like to share?
So something that I've been finding really interesting lately is all of the developments in artificial intelligence.
Okay.
So I've been playing around a lot with that, starting with actually around NeighborFest is when I started playing with it. And I created a graphic using something called Dolly 2, which is like a visual AI tool. You can basically type sentences in, and it'll create images based on your text input.
Oh, right. Okay.
So, and recently there's also been a new tool that's gone public called ChatGPT. And that is basically a writing tool, but also it's a chatbot. And so you can use it for any sort of, there's a variety of tasks you can do. I've had it write a blog post for me. Sometimes you can get it to answer just questions in general. It's really fascinating, and there's a lot of potential. And you can use it to write code. There's a lot of stuff that you can do with it. And I've been really nerding out over AI tools lately. And
you're using it for only good, right, Thomas?
For now.
Okay, good.
All
right.
Yeah, for now.
Megan looks worried.
I am worried that AI is going to take all of our jobs, is what I'm worried about.
How can AI do this?
Yeah, probably better than us.
I don't know. But go ahead, Thomas. I interrupted you, and I apologize.
Oh, no, you're totally fine. No, well, and I think there is some unknown implications for the applications of this technology, and so I think, there is the possibility that it could reduce the amount of labor that a lot of people have to do. Like, for instance, like with me in that blog post, I was beating my head against the wall trying to figure out, I'm not a physical therapist, and I wanted to have some content to, put on our new website that's going to be coming out in the next month or so. And I know some things about physical therapy, but I'm not a physical therapist. And so I asked it to kind of give me something to start with. And it wrote me a 300-word blog post. I'm going to run it through our physical therapy manager to fact-check it and everything. And that's the thing. A lot of these things, it'll put something together that sounds like it's complete, but it only knows the data sources that have been used to program it. And so sometimes the stuff that it's spitting out isn't always 100% factually correct. So...
Well, we don't need any more of that on the internet. Let me just say, yeah. But interesting. But it probably does about 80% of the work, maybe, and then you can just go through and kind of edit it and check it, fact check it.
I mean, yeah, exactly. And it's really you can. What I also find really interesting is if it spits out something that you're not 100% happy with, you can actually, it understands context. So let's say I wanted it to tell me a story about three like a rabbit family or something. I don't know why I thought of rabbits. I'm into rabbits lately. But let's say there's a family of rabbits. You want it to tell you want it to tell you a story about the rabbits, but then you change your mind after it tells you the story, and you want it to tell me the same story but with frogs. It'll go ahead and spit out that same sequence of words, but it'll change that one aspect of it, and then you can kind of refine it. And it's kind of similar with the image generation tools. There's you can refine things and create variations on the same subject. And so
that is interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
It is. Yeah, it's kind of crazy, but and who knows? It could replace some jobs, or it could just make people's jobs easier. It could reduce the amount of labor that we have to do with like repetitive tasks, things like that.
Right. Which I think is what AI is kind of designed for at the moment, but I know folks like Megan are concerned it's going to take over the world.
Yeah. What if the robots are smarter than us?
Well,
Dude.
I don't know. I've met some robots that are pretty dumb.
Oh, good.
Yeah, so far anyway.
Good.
But we'll see.
Dumb robots.
We'll see what happens. So,
Yeah.
all right. Well, Thomas, thank you so much for calling in. I have another ticket option for you since you are one of our callers today. So I'm happy to give you another set of tickets if you'd like to go see the Simon and Garfunkel story, which is at the Farmington Civic Center on January 24th. We have some tickets to that, too, and I can put you down for that if you'd like to go.
Oh, my goodness. At 7:30 p.m.
Yes, sir.
I would love to.
All right. You're going to both. Magic show and Simon and Garfunkel story.
You're going, Thomas, whether you like it or not.
Or give them to somebody else. But there you go. I'm putting you down for both.
So aggressive.
I'm ecstatic. Thank you so
All
much.
right. Thanks for calling in. We appreciate you doing that. Thanks.
You guys.
Thank you, Thomas.
There you go. See there?
So he had an actual very interesting thing to talk about.
He did.
Yeah.
Well, that's the show. He is paying attention,
Yes.
which we appreciate.
We
Yeah.
appreciate listeners who pay attention.
That's right. But that is kind of cool. I mean, my house has some AI.
Your house does. I've seen it.
It's not,
yeah.
but it's not too creepy yet.
Yeah, and you'll be the first. Are you gonna try chatbot like right after the show?
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
That'll
Yeah.
happen. But yeah. I don't know. I mean, I
Well,
can see
know.
AI could be it's a helpful thing. I mean, in limited doses, right? I mean, I think there's concerns though as these things get smarter and smarter.
Yeah.
What to be careful about.
Yeah.
Well, wasn't there that story about the guy from Google leaked it about the AI?
Yes, we talked about that.
Yeah, that had the feelings of an 8-year-old girl or something.
Oh.
Right.
Yeah.
And then he got fired because he
Because he leaked it.
he didn't want to.
Yeah.
Well, he didn't want to. They told him to kill it or stop it, and he wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
Because he thought it had kind of some self-awareness, and he didn't want to do that.
Yeah.
So that's a problem.
See, that's where it comes in, is the self-awareness portion, right?
Right.
Right.
That's the part that scares me. So if you do check out that chat bot, do I have time to clean out my office? Just let me know, man.
No, you stay. You get to stay.
You stay.
Yeah.
That's right. Exactly.
We want you.
But it is interesting. And I think we're going to see more and more of this stuff, obviously. And I think we need to have some ethics, some regulation, so things don't get too out of control.
I want to be part of the AI ethics committee.
Do you?
Yeah.
I bet you do well on that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's my jam.
Yeah.
Ethics.
So there you go. I don't know why I don't see you when you're talking, but I'm going to fix
I
that.
don't know. Hello, disembodied voice.
Yeah.
Well, see, that the funny part was I saw something not too long ago where they were actually able to do that, except it was kind of like there was somebody talking, and as long as they can do like a mimic of a voice or something like that. So the guy was talking as Morgan Freeman, and they had another screen where they had a full AI projection of Morgan Freeman, but it wasn't Morgan Freeman. It was the guy I was talking underneath.
Oh, that's
like that
scary.
sensor of the AI. That
That's
was
so
controlling
scary.
it. So
Some
that
of
was a
those-
little bit. When
Yeah,
I saw
like-
it, I was like, oh, that's.
How is this going to affect our politics, right? When I
Yeah.
can impersonate
Right.
AOC
Some of the
or
deep
something.
fake videos that come
Yes.
out, right? That
Yes.
look like a candidate or a celebrity or somebody.
Yes.
But someone doing a voice impression. And even you don't even have to do a voice impression anymore. You can just sample the voice
Oh, yeah,
and the
too.
computer can kind of make them person say different things that they never said in their voice.
Well, that's terrifying.
Isn't it? Yeah.
Isn't it?
It is. I mean, it is. Yeah, I agree. It's a little strange new world
Yeah.
out there. So we've got to use it carefully.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure if we will. How many movies start with like a invention that goes horribly wrong?
Right.
That's supposed to
Like
be
every sci-fi movie
betterment
ever.
of mankind, and then it's
Yes.
like, oh, whoops, sorry
Yeah,
about
we're going to
that.
have a Hal situation on our hands.
Yeah. something.
Two
And
thousand-
You think
Space
we'd
Odyssey.
learn by this point, right?
you would think.
Yeah.
You would think we would.
We've already
but-
written it,
but
like,
we're not. But yeah, there you
150
go.
times.
You're listening to That's Interesting this morning, everyone, with Scott, Scotty, and Megan, or Megan, Scott, and Scotty,
Ooh.
or Megan, Scotty, and
That's
Scott.
very big of you to put me first.
I know, right?
Wow.
Yeah. Well, there's different variations of that, but that's the show. And we need you to call in because it doesn't work without you, everybody. So please give us a call and share what's interesting in your world. If you have a comment about artificial intelligence, that seems to be the topic so far this morning. 505-566-3909. 566-3909. We're also giving away tickets this morning to a couple of upcoming productions. One is Simon and Garfunkel's Story at the Farmington Civic Center, January 24th at 7:30 p.m. That just got announced, I think, just this week, actually. And
I'm so excited.
you are. I know, because you're a whole music person.
I'm a music person.
and you like
I
Simon
love
and Garfunkel.
Simon and Garfunkel.
Yeah. So it's not the actual Simon and Garfunkel.
Correct.
Just to be clear.
Well, because I think Garfunkel's dead.
Yeah, that'd be hard to do that.
Although with
Well,
AI,
I was about
AI,
to say, with
see?
the AI situation.
we don't know.
There you go. But we have tickets to that, so you can call in and let us know if you'd like a couple tickets to go see the Simon and Garfunkel Story, or we also have tickets to the other event coming up here at San Juan College, the Misto the Magic Show, on January 14th at 2 p.m. So when you call in, we'll offer both to you until we run out, and we haven't run out yet. So give us a call and let us know, or talk about AI, because that could work too. So give us a call this morning and let us know. So I would just, I've got, Alexa stuff. There's Google Home and all those other different kind of home assistants that are out there
Right.
now. And I think that's, a cool use of AI. But as we've seen in the news, I think Amazon announced they were going to lay off a bunch of people from their Alexa division because people aren't using it the way they thought they would. They thought that people would have Alexa ordering products and shopping, and I don't think it's quite there yet.
No.
People are quite comfortable saying, spend Alexa, order X, and then to make sure it's going to actually do what you want it to do
Right.
with that. Instead of just turn on the lights, turn off the lights, it can do that pretty well.
It can.
Yeah.
I have a
Yeah.
friend that has it, and it's amazing. They're just
Yeah.
like, Alexa, turn off living room, and then it does it.
Yeah.
It's magic. I, plebe that I am, still have to hit the light switch.
Yeah, exactly.
Like a peasant.
Like a peasant.
Poor thing.
Well, you
I
know
know.
what?
It
It's
is
also
helpful.
a reason for me to get off the couch.
To get
Well,
up
there
and
you
turn off
go.
the lights.
Yeah.
That's
To make
true.
sure I can get some kind
Okay.
of flow going.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
That's very true.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I'm gonna go to Alexa quite yet, but I do like your is it Google Home? Is that like the security system type thing you got?
No, I've got just a regular home security thing, but it's got
'Cause-
cameras and stuff and all
I
that.
do like
but
that.
yeah, so there's that happening as well. But
Just a full-on smart house.
there's a way to integrate cameras into your Alexa or Google Home or things like that too,
Yeah.
to alert you if there's an issue
Yeah.
or what have you. But I think it can be helpful. And then it goes into the whole self-driving car thing, right?
Yeah.
Teslas have this. Most
Cadillac.
new cars, I think, have some kind of driver assist features, right? Whether it's emergency braking or whatever.
Backing up.
And backup cameras, but or parking aids, right? Can parallel park for you. Some cars can do that.
Yeah, mine can't.
Are you aware of that? Yeah.
Yeah, I've been in a car that did that, but the owner of this car was too worried to try it out. And I was like, just try it out in the middle of a parking lot with nobody around.
Right.
Yeah. But I believe that driving cars to me are a great thing because I feel like people get tired on the road, people get distracted on the road, people get drunk on the road, and the car actually will correct that for you.
Right.
So it seems more safe to me to have that.
Yes.
But just for does it mean you get to go and drink on the road and then
No.
hopefully it works for you?
Right.
Don't start doing that.
Good point, Scotty.
No.
Good point.
Right. That's very true.
Megan said.
And I think, I think eventually it's going to be great when all cars do this. But my problem is like the other guy, right? So my car may be self-driving and doing all the things correctly, but it's the other person that's swerving around or whatever that's going to wipe me out.
Right.
So when all cars maybe can be self-driving or crash avoidance, that would be awesome.
Yes.
But we still have people that aren't.
We
and
have a
that's
ways to go.
Yeah, we do.
Quite a bit.
And certainly, they have some limitations at the moment, but I think, we're getting there. And you always have to start somewhere. That's
Yes.
part of the other thing is that, you've got to start with these first, rounds of software. And Tesla, I think, has been pretty good at trying to figure this out and incorporate it. I saw a post from a Facebook friend of mine who has a Tesla and used the self-driving thing to go from one end of town, works at the hospital, and got to the hospital and parked, and he told it where he wanted to go, and he showed the screen that it was identifying the parked cars, the stoplight, the intersection, all these different things that the car was, acknowledging, and I guess then creating its path through the traffic with. Kind of cool.
Very cool.
But yeah.
So I have a topic.
Okay.
I would like to
You don't
know,
like this one?
No,
We're
I
moving
feel
on.
like I feel
Have
like
we exhausted
we've
it?
exhausted
Yes.
it.
I see.
Like, we got it. It's out there.
Megan's attention span
Right. Done.
Okay. What's
well,
next?
and speaking of attention span, so I would like to know what you gentlemen think and do with meditation. That's what's been on my mind.
Oh.
I don't think about it.
I feel like Scotty would
Me,
engage
yeah.
in some
So
meditation.
I actually try. I still try, but for a while there, I heard that was something that you need to do at least 10 minutes
Right.
worth of meditation a day.
Right.
Because it helps reset your mood, your brain functionality of it. You know what I mean? Just the whole system. So I felt, for me, it's quite hard. I always say that I am a person that has like some form of ADHD. I know everybody says it, but like I really do, and it's hard for me. Like even now when we're having conversations, if there's a noise, I'm like a dog, and I'm like, "What's that?" And like I just can't help it. So when
Right.
I'm trying to meditate, it's nice when I can actually do it. But if there's like a distraction, it's hard. But I do like it. I do like the way it feels afterwards. I do feel like the way it works is pretty good. It's just it's a nice little break.
Yeah.
And especially like now where there's like a lot of stimuli, things that are happening, your TV, your phone, just all around you, even being outside in nature. I mean, people driving everywhere, especially here in Farmington, it's people driving, people walking, people just everywhere. And it's like nice to have that moment.
Right. And I had heard even 5 minutes would be helpful.
Mm-hmm.
So, but the thing about meditation is there's a misperception that you have to like clear your mind completely. And that's like impossible. Your mind is always just generating, usually about the past or the future and not the present, which is the whole point of meditation, is to focus on the present. But it's very hard to be like, I acknowledge that, move on, because we get like hooked on some past or some future thing. And it's the hooking that's tough.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's the hooking that's tough.
That's
Interesting.
What about you,
Travelers.
Scott Durant? I mean, Scott Michlin.
Yeah.
It's talking two
No one
Scotts.
ever mistakes
That
that.
was awesome. That's the
No.
first time that's ever happened. It's usually the other way around.
Right. That's okay. I don't do it very often, but kudos to you, Megan Cullop, because I was recently in Sedona over the holidays, Arizona, and they have a little like peace park, and it's very calming and relaxing, and so I think a lot of folks maybe go there in the middle of the city to kind of meditate and relax a little bit, and so I did spend a few minutes just sitting and trying to clear my thoughts and just think about life and being thankful,
Right.
and some of those things, and so that was kind of cool. I don't know if I count that as meditation because I didn't spend a lot of
I
time
think in
doing
that
it,
moment
but tried
it
to
was.
just settle down and
Yeah.
not worry about what was
Yeah.
going on and things like that. But it was a very peaceful setting for sure.
Yes.
And so thank you for the recommendation
Yes.
of that spot in Sedona. If you haven't been and you're going, I would recommend that you seek it out. It's a private park.
Right.
That's been established there, but they're very welcoming, and there's signage about what it's all about. It's more for, remind me about the religion, right?
It's
more
Buddhist.
Buddhist, right?
Yeah,
Thank
it's
you.
Buddhist.
And so, but they're very, if you don't know about some of the Buddhist stuff,
They have signs that
yeah,
tell you
thank
what
you.
it is.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly, and
Yeah.
how to do it or use it if you feel you want to.
Yeah.
Or if you don't, you don't.
Right.
But
Well,
yeah, go
I
ahead.
was say because I mean, that to a point, like it's there's the cool thing about meditation in that sense. Sorry, I should probably come a little bit closer. You can actually hear me instead with an echo.
We hear you.
But like the cool thing about it is that it's now not, like you said, it's not just about trying to relax and empty your mind. It has different art forms for it. Like even the military uses it to train soldiers to pass out within 5 minutes? I can't remember. But to actually fall asleep even during combat. Like if things are going off, like bombs and all that stuff in the background, they use some form of like meditation to put themselves into sleep.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean it's a
I can see why they
practice that
would
they
do
use.
that,
Yeah.
right? Because or else you'd never sleep,
Wow.
right? And
Yeah,
you can't have soldiers
exactly.
that are sleep deprived. That doesn't sound
That
good.
doesn't sound
So
good.
it's like
Yeah.
a form of meditation. You pretty much close your eyes, and then you like have to say like kind of like this mantra throughout the whole entire thing, and eventually all of a sudden you realize, like my brother told me when he was, because he's been in the army, or he's out of the army now, but he would tell me, he's like, yeah, like it actually does work. Like you would do it, and your mind will actually pass out.
I need to know what that is. We need to get your brother on. Is what needs to happen.
Yeah.
See?
Well, he'll have to call in from Wisconsin. But but I mean, even that, like I said, like there's the peaceful one where you're trying to clear and empty your mind. There's the one where, like you said, you're trying to be the present, just recenter yourself and think about what you actually need to be doing or what you should be doing, being more present in the situation. I mean, there's like you meditate to focus. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I used to, like, because you play music and there's times when you're playing and doing stuff like that. There's that moment you just kind of like, how does the song go? Give me 1 second. And then you kind of meditate for a second and then like just close your eyes and just try to think. And then all of a sudden it like comes back.
Yeah.
Like, you just
That's
search through
true.
your memory. So it's like, it's an art form. It's a
Right. And music is meditative in general too when you're
Very true.
playing. You just get in the
groove of
pocket,
it, yeah.
the groove.
and then you're just set in this whole trance.
Yeah.
Interesting. Now, how does that relate to mindfulness?
Right. So it is mindfulness.
Uh-huh. Okay. So,
Yeah.
I got you
It
there.
is.
I've been paying attention, apparently.
Because part of the way that you ground yourself is to, and this is, I'm like a novice at all of this, but part of the way you ground yourself is to focus on sensations. So like feeling your body, like your feet pressed against the ground, or like whatever the sound is. I mean, going back to your sound issue, it's like whatever the sound is, you can acknowledge the sound and move on, or acknowledge what feelings come up, or sights. It's like 5 senses is kind of what you're acknowledging, and that's really all mindfulness is. And you can be mindful doing activities, you can be mindful making dinner, you can be mindful
Right.
taking a walk. It's not just you have to sit there with your legs crossed, you know. So
Yeah.
I usually walking is my sort of form. Just get your body moving is helpful.
Right.
So
And
yeah.
clear your thoughts, maybe, and just...
Yeah.
Yeah.
The trick is I'm a podcast fanatic. So I tend to not do well with like just walking in silence. I always have to
Yeah.
have like some sort of activity going on. So.
Well, lucky for you, KSJE has lots of podcasts.
Exactly.
To listen to.
I'm a fanatic.
To. But yeah. But that's cool. I think a
Yeah.
lot of people do that these days.
Yeah.
You know, and listen to podcasts when they're not, engaging in something else or just want to working out or walking or
Right.
riding their bikes or whatever,
Right.
A lot of things.
Yeah.
So, that's cool.
Yeah.
Very good. What else?
Well, that's the big one.
That's the big one that you wanted to bring up?
My thing. There's a book called Neurodharma, and it's talking about neuroscience and meditation. And they have like little meditative exercises as you read through the book. It's tricky because I'm a person that just likes information, so I'm like, let me just read through this book and it'll work. But the trick is you have to actually do the exercises.
Right.
True.
So
Right.
that's tough.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we'll try to do some more meditation between now and the next time we get
Another
together.
Yeah.
Yes,
thing
sir.
for you, because it does help me for mine. But the thing I was going to tell you about is to watch Andrew Herber's Optimizing Your Day.
Oh.
That's a good one. That's a YouTube one. He's a professor from Stanford School of Medicine.
Oh, wow.
Of neurobiology and ophthalmology.
Oh, that's
Is it Haberman,
Haberman, right?
Haberman, there
Yeah,
you go.
Haberman.
And it's funny because my cousin was showing me, because we talked about coffee not too long ago, but he showed me that video, and I was like, I recognize that guy, and he kind of reminded me why I recognize him, and it was because he used to be an old school skateboarder. Like, he used to be
Really?
on magazines for Thrasher, and like he used to actually be part of a skateboard team. And,
Wow.
like, before he went on, I guess, to go to college. I didn't know exactly what happened. I'm not a full fan to like follow his career.
Yeah.
but-
Yeah, he
somehow-
has a podcast called the Haberman Lab.
Yep.
Okay, so
I
he
think-
has a YouTube video called Optimizing Your Day?
Yeah, optimizing
Oh.
your day or something like that. Yeah.
Cool.
And that was like I found, because I found out that coffee isn't actually a pick me up. It actually blocks adenosine
Yeah.
in the brain, so that
Yeah.
you kind of stop that. So it makes you think that you're actually awake, but you're not fully actually there yet.
It's heresy. What are you talking about?
Heresy.
Coffee's
Yeah,
not
what are you-
good.
what are you
The
talking
morning.
about?
It's good. And in that video, he explains to you, like, it blocks out that
Scientifically.
This is
scientifically,
it
yeah, sure.
blocks that sensor in your brain that tells you, like, because adenosine, as it tells you to be awake, and then when it builds up, it tells you to go back to sleep. Right? That's the whole thing of it, and it has a cycle of it. So he tells you in the whole thing, like, if you drink coffee, try to do it 60 to 90 minutes after fully being awake, because then it actually falls into that system. Because you want your own natural clock to actually be able to work properly, so that you actually fall into the sequence of how the world works.
So you're falling into, so after 60 to 90 minutes, you're in the trough.
Kind of. You've already been fully awake.
You've been
It means
fully
you actually
awake.
let your brain fully awake. Because when you drink coffee right off the bat, you fully haven't cleared your body of that adenosine yet. So you're basically blocking that sensor, and it's still built up. And then later on, when you're done with coffee, like you said, it's usually like there's an immediate crash, so you need another cup.
Right.
But there's always that crash after it. So he's like, after fully being awake for at least an hour and a half or more, you know what I mean, like that, then drink a cup of coffee because it actually keeps that adenosine back lower and it keeps you going. Or, alternative version is just eat an apple.
I eat an apple every day now. This is part of my New Year's resolution.
Well, look at you.
And every morning
All right.
I have an apple because I had heard that it helps with
The natural
waking
sugars
up.
and everything
Yeah.
is already there, so it actually gives you a pick-me-up instead of just being like a regular fruit. Plus,
Yeah.
it's just good for you. Was rich in what?
And it's an antioxidant.
There you go.
It's rich in all kinds of things, and it keeps the doctor away. That's what I heard.
Right.
Well,
Yeah,
see,
so
and
there's
probably
a-
that's
there's
where
an
that's
old
probably
saying.
came from. Is that
Right.
saying?
Yeah.
Because you get to be awake and not have to deal with the doctor.
Exactly. So, see?
Always fun.
There you go. All right. Well, we were almost out of time. I hate
Well,
to.
that was so good. Scotty Duran, you you add so much.
Well, thank you.
You
I
do.
very much enjoyed being
Aw.
here.
He adds so much.
Well, you're welcome.
Yeah.
I'm glad that he's here,
from
and I'm glad that you both are here. So there you go.
I guess all Scots speak for Scott.
It's all Scott. Stereo
No, but-
Scott.
That's right.
And I'm in the middle.
You are.
No,
Yeah.
it was Scott
It's
Michlin.
the-
I was like, hey,
it's
come
the-
on the show.
It's the
So
Scott
thank
bookends here
Scott
for you.
Bookends.
Yeah.
Oh, how joyful.
So I will say thank you, Scott, for inviting me.
You bet. Thank you for
Thank you
being
for having
available.
me.
Of course,
Yeah.
he has no choice, but
Yeah.
he does actually.
Yes.
He does have a choice. Before we go, though, I do want to put out a final plug for our tickets, everybody, because we are trying to give away some tickets to get you out to see some of these great entertainment venues that are coming and that are open, of course. January 24th, 7:30 p.m. at the Farmington Civic Center. We have tickets to send you to go see the Simon and Garfunkel story. I believe, rumor has it, Megan Cullip will be in attendance. So
come say hi.
yeah, you can come say hi and let her know. But give us a call, even if we go off the air. You can give us a call. We'll still try to get you on the list to go see tickets. Simon and Garfunkel story, January 24th, 7:30 p.m. And there's also the Misto the Magic Show happening on January 14th at 2 p.m. here at San Juan College at the Connie Gotch Theater. And so we will give you tickets to see that show as well. So just give us a call, 566-3909, 505-566-3909, and we can send you to those shows if you'd
Yes.
like. So there you go. But as we wrap it up, Megan Cullip, what's coming up tomorrow?
Well, tomorrow is
Somewhere I've got
the
your
second
logo.
greatest radio show in America because Scott Duran's radio show is the first greatest radio show in America.
Oh,
Well,
thank
okay.
you. I would
World
say it's
music.
the other way.
That's
but-
true.
World music.
Thank you.
So, Radio Free Saturday Morning is a show all about the eclectic music mix, genre free. What we do is we choose a topic, a theme, and we kind of play some music within that theme, and we talk a lot about the artists and all the stories behind it. And tomorrow's very special because I have another friend of the show coming on.
Oh,
Remember
the dog?
No, yeah, the dog. Dog made an appearance a couple weeks ago. The Robert Underwood, who's the chief.
Dr. Underwood,
Dr.
yes,
Underwood,
of
the
the
chief
hospital.
of medicine at the hospital, is deciding.
He's on
to
your show?
Come on.
Dang.
Good for him.
He's coming on, so
Okay.
Look at
he
that.
picked the topic. It's going to be music from movies, and so a lot of eclectic stuff
Okay.
from movies across decades.
Oh, cool.
And so yeah,
Is it like
Dr. Underwood.
instrumentals or vocals or does it matter? Whatever.
Most of it is vocals and stuff included.
Okay.
There's a couple of classical pieces, so it's going to be
Okay.
a wild mix.
Nice. I tend to like listening sometimes to like movie soundtracks as I'm
Yes.
going on a road trip with these grand sweeping vistas in the
Yes.
west here, and then you get this great music that comes on and
Right.
you know
They
kind of
sound so
matches
big.
where you
Yeah.
are, like you're
Yeah.
traveling across the prairie, you know, or whatever. So
Yeah, so
That's just me.
Tune in to hear Dr. Underwood. He was a common figure during our COVID-19 show,
he was
so we're bringing him back in this
in
capacity.
a different capacity. Yeah, I
Yes.
like it. Okay. Very good. Scott Duran, can I put you on the spot and ask you about your show tomorrow?
My show tomorrow?
Yes.
My show's actually going to be on China.
On who?
China.
China.
Yeah, I figured
Okay.
I haven't done one actually in China. I've always done like either mostly Japan or something like that.
Right.
But I've never actually had any of the actual traditional Chinese music. So that's
Nice.
what's going to be on tomorrow's. I'm going to actually try to put together a set of world beat music of China.
Okay.
Nice.
That is World Beat, Saturdays at 11 here on
Yes.
KSJE. And, of course, right prior to that is, of course, Radio Free Saturday Morning with the one and only Megan Cullip here for
Yes.
2 hours
2 hours.
on Saturdays.
Yes, you
So.
get me for 2 hours on Saturdays.
There you go.
Well, there you go.
Get your cup of coffee an hour after you wake up.
That's
Yes.
apparently
Sit
what we've
and
learned.
enjoy.
That's
It does help. I've
that's
tried
what
it
we've
for
learned
a couple
today.
days.
Yeah.
And it's been nice.
Okay.
Nice.
All right. Very good. And then next week, we will be back with our Solutions from the Street program here on Friday, 8 o'clock. And we'll be talking. Do you want to preview it or want to tease everyone what we're talking about
Well,
next
this
week?
is exciting
Okay.
because it is that time of year again, the MLK Day of Service,
Coming up.
coming up on the 16th of January. So next week we're going to be interviewing one of the chairperson this year, friend
Nice.
of the show, Lisa Dees.
Oh, nice.
And we'll talk
About some of the opportunities that
Yes.
we can all do on
Yes.
the Day of Service, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Very cool. I saw there's a couple things happening here at the college.
Yes.
So that's
Yeah.
kind of cool. So,
Yeah.
all right. We hope you'll join us for that, everybody. But until then, we're going to go. But we appreciate you being here. And from all of us here at KSJE, Happy New Year. And
Happy
we'll
New Year.
We'll see you next time right here on KSJE. Thanks for watching, everyone.
Regional Medical Center is your community hospital, committed to making life better for the communities we are privileged to serve. In fact, better is our mission, improving lives through personalized health and care. What matters most to our patients matters most to us, offering a comprehensive range of inpatient, outpatient, and emergency care services so you can get the quality care you need right here at home. San Juan Regional Medical Center, celebrating life better here since 1910.
New year, same event.